Hey guys, what's going on? It's Rich. Hey, so I wanted to take a minute and I wanted to talk to you about something. What I wanted to talk to you about was your database. So think about this for a second. Why was Angie's List created? It was created, and I'll tell you. Angie's List was created because we don't do our jobs. Plain and simple. We as real estate agents do not do our jobs. So some woman named Angie created a list and then sells her list to people who need plumbers, contractors, concrete companies, landscapers, dry cleaners, you name it, it's on this list. But it got me thinking, if we are the real estate professionals of choice, and if we did our job really, really well, our database would be something that people wanted to subscribe to, and our database would be something that people wanted to pay for if we did that really, really well. So one of the things is that I wanted to talk to you about was to build your database. In the MREA, there's a number of how many people it takes to add to your database. Yet I want you to take that number and I want you to throw it away. And I want you to throw it away because I don't want you to look at your database as how many people you have in it. I want you to ask yourself if your database is big enough. The reason I ask that is we know that the bigger your database is, the bigger your paycheck can be, right? So if you have 100,000 people in your database, imagine what the return on that could be if you systematically touched on those people every single day, every single month, every single week, every single year. Imagine what that return would be, right? So look at your database and just picture this. Picture a really, really big database and a really, really big paycheck. Those two things completely correlate. When we look at Angie's List, the reason that Angie's List even exists is because we didn't do our job. Imagine if we met an awesome contractor. Let's say we met a concrete company and they did a phenomenal job, and you were able to partner with this concrete company. And anytime anybody called and did business with them, and they said your name, they got a 5% discount. So now you can take that concrete company, you can take that business and send that out to your people, to your database, and provide value to them and to their life and to their world, right? So now we're not talking about this month in real estate. We're not talking about make sure you change your smoke detector. We're not wishing them a happy Thanksgiving. What we're saying is I have a piece of value. I have something that you need and want. And by using it and saying my name, you're going to get a discount. So picture our database as this opportunity to provide value to somebody in their life, to provide something to somebody that they're paying for, which is Angie's List. People do pay for Angie's List. And again, I'm going to keep saying it. The reason they pay for it is because we didn't do our jobs. As an industry, Angie's List never should have been founded. Because if as real estate agents, as real estate professionals, if we were constantly communicating with our database, with our sphere, with those people that know us, like us, trust us, and do business with us, it will then provide them the value so that they would want to pay me because of the value I'm providing them, rather to some lady named Angie who they've never met, who they pray to God has been vetted as a reputable business. So I really want you to focus on your database and really wrap your head around this concept, because I really, really think that there's a tremendous opportunity for us to add as many people as we possibly can to our database, to put them on a systematically touched campaign, and to provide so much value to them that it's a no-brainer for them to do business with you, because they know you, like you, trust you, because you have affected their life outside of change your smoke detector, what dryer lint can do, and don't forget to set your clock back. Every agent in the history of real estate can do that. But is every real estate agent willing to commit to their database and build a big database to have a big paycheck? So I really wanted to bring that to you, because it's something that I've been thinking about and talking about and working through, is this concept of big database, big life, because it completely correlates. The bigger your database, the bigger your paycheck. And if we have a small database, I can guarantee you that you have no paycheck or a very little paycheck. So as we look to ramp up into the spring market and get to summer and start planning for third and fourth quarter, I really want you to focus, to make this a focus of yours in your lead generation, is name, address, phone number, email address, and a reason to get back to them. Those 5 things: name, address, email address, phone number, and a reason to come back. Those 5 pieces of information right there is all you need today to start your database. You have e-edge. You have one heck of a database for you. You can go and buy a database if you want to do that. You can use Excel. You don't have to, because we have e-edge. But what I really, really, really want you to focus on is putting people in your database. Put them in. Put them in and then put them on. Put them in the database, put them on a campaign. In the database, on the campaign. And it's even easier than this. When you put them in your database, you can add them to a group, and the group automatically kicks them into the campaign. Automatically. Without question, you do no more work. Enter them into the database, add them into the group, and they take off into the campaign. And now you can provide value to your clients, to your customers, to the people you meet at an open house, who will then learn to know you, like you, and trust you, and then fourth, do business with you. That's the goal. I hope this was valuable. I hope there was something in here that you can grab and run with. But I really want you to grasp this concept. Big database, big life. Big database, big paycheck. Those 2 things, they correlate so much together. And once we have that big database, then everything starts to come. But until we do that, we have nothing, right? Without lead generation, there's the rest of the business is pointless. Without lead generation, the rest of the business is pointless. So if we're not focusing on lead generation, I don't care about your flyers. I don't care about your open house flyers. I don't care about your business cards. I don't care about your website. Honestly, I don't. Do you need those things? Yes, you do. But it's not a top priority if you're not going to lead generate. We need buyers that are ready to buy and sellers that are ready to sell. That's what we need to be focusing on. That's what our business is based on, is lead generation. Do you think a doctor, do you think a plastic surgeon, do you think they lead generate? Or do you just think they just opened a business one day and, put a sign in and, turn the sign on that said open and people just randomly came to them? No, they didn't. Do you think a new restaurant just opened one day and said, hey, we're here. So everybody come eat at our restaurant. Just come on, we're open. No, they had to go out and they had to tell people. They too had to lead generate, right? So our business is no different than their business. Doctors do it, lawyers do it, auto dealers do it. Everybody has to lead generate. We are in the lead generation business, right? So we generate the business in the morning and we service the business in the afternoon. That's what this looks like. Is I have to get the business in the morning and then I take care of the business in the afternoon. It's wax on and wax off. Otherwise, what are we doing? Hope this was valuable to you. Hope you're having a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.